Okay. All right, so here are the registration instructions for how to register with TBO Holidays. I've given you guys a few minutes to get this done, so hopefully you have it done. I already put the link to it in the chat box. And for those of you who watch the recording, I will have the link down below the video. So let's move on from registering. And there's your registration instructions. Let's move on to, all right, your agent profile. So let me get in here for TBO. My notes are off to the left. That's why I keep looking over there. Let me share this document with you. Since you guys aren't actually registered right now, I know you are not going to be able to follow through with some of the things I'm showing you with your profile page. So I will give you the link. And then once you are registered, you will be able to set up your profile correctly. Okay, so there's the link to my Google Doc with the instructions for setting up your profile. So let's go over there now. To get to your, so I'm logged in. To get to your profile, it's in the upper right-hand corner. It says Edit Profile. Click on that. So most of this really, you don't need to do much, but the first tab is Contact Information. You want to go through here. This is all the info you put in when you filled out, so it should all be correct. But here you can upload your logo. So definitely do that because it will include your logo when you send quotes to people. So that's the first tab. And then on the second tab, a couple things that you should do are, we're on the second tab, hold on. Oh, no, back to first tab. No, second tab. They keep moving things around because they're still working on this website. So sometimes things aren't where I think they'll be. Okay, so over here, you want to have this box checked where it says generate customer invoice, and this box where it says show agent markup on invoice. So you want these checked so that whenever you generate an invoice, you're going to get two. One is basically going to be the client copy, which is the generate customer invoice, which will not show the commission on there. It will just show the total price. It's not going to separate the net and then show your commission. So you want to have one invoice that you can send to the customer, and then you want to have another invoice that you will be able to see for yourself. It will show the net price of the booking, and then it will show the amount of your markup, which is going to be your commission. Down here, if you want to set commission for each of these different categories, so every time you open it up, it already has commission built in, go right ahead and do that. I haven't done that yet because I'm still playing around with things. I don't know if I want to do that. There are other places where you can add in the commission. And in other places, you can add in a percentage or a dollar amount. Here, you can only do a percentage. So you can go back to this at any time and update this. And if you put a certain percentage and you want to change it later, you can always do that as well. And then down here, you want to have show TBOH contact number. So that way your clients will have a number to reach out to when they're in travel if they're having any problems. And you want to hit this slider on allow TBO to contact guests for emergency services. And that's the only time they're going to contact them is for emergencies. The very last tab here, choose themes. When you register and you get on there, you'll see yours is like blue and yellow. But I picked the pretty little beach scene, and that's why my background looks like that. Yours is going to look like this, the default. Okay, we've got that. And now let's get into the actual information for the platform. Let's go back to the home page. So I'm pretty much just going to go through these tabs one by one, take a look at each of them. So if you see here, this says switch to old version. I've never clicked on it. I'm scared. I don't want to see what happens. But they are redoing this. And These tabs will change when you're on different tabs, like they haven't gotten it all worked out yet. Plus, some of the things I'm going to tell you about, I was playing around with it last night and they're not working. It's kind of glitchy still. So I'm giving you the info for our contact person, Jeff. There's his info. I'm going to share this with you guys also. All right. So you guys will have all of this info. It's just going to be a recap of everything that I talk about. I'm going to pull it off to my other monitor for now so that I can show you the screen as I'm going through things. Again, I'll probably just be looking over here at my notes, make sure I don't miss anything. So this is a portal for travel agents only. They don't deal directly with a consumer. So I always like that because you don't care if it says TBO Holidays on things that you send to them because they can't go to TBO Holidays and book it on their own. But it doesn't even say TBO Holidays on things. It's going to have just all your information. So again, that's really nice. They have over 1 million properties all over the world, and everything you see on here is net pricing. That means it does not have a markup on it. There's no commission on it. And there's 3 different places where you, actually, I think 4 different places where you can add your commission in, and I will show you how to do that. Now, the other thing I really like about this is most of the properties are refundable and you do not need to put a deposit down to hold it. So that is great. So I kind of find this site to be similar to like RoomRez, except on RoomRez, you have to pay everything up front. So on this one, most of the things you don't have to pay until a few days before you travel. You can have people put down a deposit. You can have them make payments along the way. So they don't have to wait until the few days before and pay everything in full. They can make payments along the way, and you can even have them put down a deposit. So this is something that you can do. You can have them put down a $100 deposit. And even though these hotels are refundable, the majority, you can tell them it is non-refundable. So say you ask them for a $100 non-refundable deposit, they give it to you, and then a month before they're about to travel, they cancel. You get to keep the $100 because you told them it was non-refundable. So just make sure you have that in writing somewhere that it's non-refundable, and then you can keep that deposit for the work you did, and you won't have to forfeit your commission because you'll be getting that $100 deposit. You can use multiple credit cards. So if it's several travelers and each person wants to use their own credit card, you can do that. Or if it's one traveler and he wants to split up his payments over 2 or 3 different credit cards, he can do that as well. They have a loyalty program where you can earn points, just like most of our other places. And they also have a team of people that go back and confirm everything. So after you do the booking, they also contact the hotel and reconfirm it and make sure it is confirmed. If you have a paid booking, that will get priority over bookings that haven't been paid yet, but they will confirm a booking that even hasn't been paid yet. So you can be assured that your client will get the room that you booked for them. Your commissions are paid monthly on the 10th, and they have bonus incentive rewards on the 1st, 5th, and 10th for your bookings, and they have 24/7 support team based in Orlando. They also have another contact phone number, which is an international phone number. So you have 4 places where you can add commission in. First place, when you do a search. These are just other searches I was doing, so they're popping up. So this is something I was playing with last night and I noticed it wasn't working. So I did send an email to Jeff. Jeff is going to hate me because I reach out to him all the time. Because like I said, there's still some glitchy things going on that they're working on here. So I did a search. These are the hotels that came up. These are all the net prices. You go over here and hover over this little exclamation point. It says that the US price is $564.09 and you earn $0 because there is not a commission in this yet. So to add a commission, you come up here to this little box and only do a percentage here. You can do 20%. And when you click apply, these numbers are supposed to change. Last night when I was doing it, they weren't changing. Let's take a look, see if it's working today. So click apply. Yeah, so they didn't collect any. So I have emailed him. Hopefully they will get that fixed. And then if you wanted to take the commission out, you would hit reset. When that's working properly, these numbers should be changing. But that is one place where you can add in a commission. The next place is when you go to book it. And I'm going to go back and go over the whole process of searching and booking in more detail. I just want to show you up front the different places to add your commission. Once you are here and you select a hotel with a certain room category, you click on Book Now. And over here, Show Details. Here is the price, and here is your markup because you haven't added anything yet. In order to move on to the next screen, you do need to put in a first and last name. And I'm just putting anything random because it doesn't care at this point. Proceed to booking review. Now over here is where it lets you add in either a fixed amount, a dollar amount, or a percentage. Let's see if this is working. So $564. Let's just do $100 and apply. See if it works. Okay, that one worked. So it went up from $564 to $664. Now when you do show details, you can see that the net price was $564. Your markup is $100, and that's your commission, and you would earn 11 points for that booking. So that is another place you can add commission. The third place is after you have booked something, but they're not paid. So that will be in queues. So you can come here to your bookings. Now I have booked something with them, but it is not paid yet. So we're going away for New Year's Eve. So I booked a hotel room for us. It's actually 4 of us, so we have 2 different rooms. But here you can then go to the details of this booking by using this little arrow. So as long as the booking is not paid, you can always go back and add commission. There's no commission on this one because it's for myself. So I didn't add commission. I just took the good rate that they gave. So in here, again, you can either do a fixed amount or a percentage and add that. That is in queues, which is basically means where all of your bookings are stored. And then the last place was where I had showed you already. When you go to edit profile, you can add a commission here. So every time you open this up, you don't have to worry about forgetting to add the commission in. It will always automatically be added in. Can a booking be held like room res for how many days? So basically, when you book something that does not require a down payment, that's how you hold it. And you can hold it until they're ready to travel. So let me go back to queues. So here, this is not paid for. So basically, you can consider this that I'm holding it. So I know we're going, but if your client said, oh, could you hold that for me for a couple days while I talk to so-and-so and we make a decision? Most of our sites don't allow you to hold it. By making this as a booking that is not paid right now, it's basically holding it. So this can be canceled. Go in here. This can be canceled anytime up until where we have my details here. There we go. So I booked this, I don't know, a few weeks ago. We're not traveling until over New Year's Eve. So I can hold this booking without any type of payment or any type of deposit until December 24th. When we get to December 26th, that's my cancellation charge. December 27th, that's my cancellation charge. And by December 28th, 100%. So if for some reason we decide not to go, I can cancel this on December 23rd, December 24th, and not have any fees. So basically, it's just holding it. But they consider this booked. They will actually go in and call the hotel and confirm it as being booked, even though there is no money down on it. are the hotel prices cheaper on this site since we're adding commission? So I can't say 100% yes, but everything that I have looked at, yes, it is. So that is one of the really nice things I like about this. It really does have good prices, but always keep in mind that there's no commission added in them. So what I do is, like for this booking here that I did for myself, I went to Embassy Suites by Hilton, Nashville downtown. I went directly to their website. My husband actually has, an account with them, so he gets a discounted rate. Even with his discounted rate, this rate was still lower. So I would have had a little bit of room to add a markup in there. So you want to compare the rate that you're seeing online and the rate that you're getting here, and then you just subtract. And that is the amount of money that you can add in as your commission. You can add the full amount and say to your client, oh yeah, I got the exact same price that you saw online. Or you can add it, a little bit less. So you can say, oh yeah, I got a really good price. My price is actually $50 less than yours. Could be $100 less. It all depends on how much room you have to play that you're going to decide on how much your commission should be. And if you have a client who literally does not price check at all and you want to mark it up, you can. But I always go by whatever the lowest price is I'm finding online. I always want to stay at that price or lower for the client. All right, so let's go back. So those are your different places where you can add in your commission. Let's take a look at the hotels feature a little bit more. Hotel offers. It's just some of the different specials and promos they're having. It is a little slow, so let's just wait for, there we go. So you can click on different regions, you can put in the region that you want, and you can check out some of their different promos that they have. So that's something you can scroll through when you have time. So I don't know if you noticed this, but when I hover over hotels now, I've got 4 bullet points. See the start new quotation? This is the old way they used to do quotations. Let me go back to the main page. When I hover over hotels, I only have 3 bullet points. That quotation thing is gone because they're getting rid of that. So like I said, they haven't gone back and cleaned up every single page to make it consistent yet. For me, I find it a little annoying, but I do think they have good prices, so I'm just going to deal with it till they get all the glitches worked out. Group request. They only do group requests, or I should say, they only do group requests with this form if you're going to India or Dubai. That is where the company is based out of. But Jeff is our rep, and he said that you can call him, text him, or email him if you have a group, and he can help you out with that. You can always book groups in here based on the availability, the number of rooms that are in there. But if you want to get in touch with him to see if you can get a better price or get it all confirmed all at once, reach out to Jeff. He's super helpful. I basically have been emailing him every day because I always have questions. Oh, so now look, when you start here and hover. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop downs. Always go back to the main page because this seems to be the page that they have made sure is updated. And now again, you see there's the 3 tabs. So we took a look at hotel offers, group request. Now let's go into the main search feature for hotels. Like I said, I had been playing around with things, so I'm just going to put in a previous search that I did and then hit search. What does that say? Please note that the prices do not change while applying BB free cancellation. Really have no idea what that means, but this is the net price, $511, because I don't have any markup in here. Over here again, hover over the exclamation point. You can see that there is no markup in it. And their price does include taxes. It does not include any resort fees, and it does not include any local city taxes, things that are typically paid at the hotel. And I'll show you where you can find that in a little bit. All right, so let's say I want to take a look at this. We see free cancellation available. See, actually, there's so many that have free cancellation available. Once you get in there, they will have certain rates that you can't cancel, kind of like when you're looking through room res. Some have cancellations, some don't. It's all different. So from here, you can click on the name of the hotel. I don't like to do that because then it takes away your search and you have to do the search again. You can click on book now, same thing. It replaces the tab that you're in. When you use the arrow, this is really the best way to do it. It opens in a new tab. So you can see up here, it's opening a new tab, but I can always click on my previous tab and I'm back at my search results. If I don't open a new tab, every time I arrow back, I'm going to have to put my search in again. So here we go. We have available rooms, which are showing here, images, hotel details, amenities, and location. So it's giving you a little more information up here about the first thing that is selected. When you do this, it does automatically put the lowest price room first. And as you scroll down, they're going to be more expensive. So you can see it's a very long list. In RoomRes, the same thing happens. It's a very long list because it's an aggregator. It's pulling from all different websites the prices that it sees. So you'll also see that the rooms might have a little bit different names, but they're all basically the same room. So I usually go to the hotel's main website so I can see what their room categories are, so I can kind of make sense of which room categories these are if I'm feeling confused because the names are a little bit different. So for this one, oh, private sale, look at that, that's cool. So that one is non-refundable. You scroll down, you can get to ones that are refundable. So this one is a little more expensive at $5.59. This one is $5.11. So that's something you can talk to your clients about. If they don't have money to put down to pay in full right now, then you're going to want to pick one that has a free cancellation date, because when you book it, basically you're just holding it without any money. But it is a confirmed booking. If they have money to pay today, then you can get them the lowest rate by using one of these. So they get free Wi-Fi in their room. You can click on show room description. It'll tell you a little bit more about the room there. If you want to see images for the resort, they have the tab for images. You can go through those. Hotel details tells you a little more information, amenities, and the location. All right, so going back up here. Wow, there are a lot, aren't there? Let me do this. That's quicker. So that is non-refundable. If you wanted to book this one, you would just click on book now. Actually, let me pick one that's refundable so I can show you something. Let me pick this one. So this one, it does have free cancellation. So let's do book now. All you need to move on from this screen is the first and last name of the lead passenger. It asks you for the other guest. You do not need to put it. It's asking you for arrival details. You don't need to put that. If you are booking a transfer at some point, you should put that in so that the transfer company has it. You can do special requests. Here is where it goes into the cancellation policy. Hotel norms. This is where you're going to look at this information and read through and see if there are any resort fees or any additional taxes that they need to pay when they get there. Okay, kids under 18 stay free when sharing a bed with a parent. So all cool information that it has in there. So I can't proceed to booking review because I didn't put in a first or last name. Again, it really does not care what you put in there. Proceed to booking. Oh, look at that. This one's making me do both after I just said you don't have to. A lot of times you don't have to. Proceed to booking review. Once you get here, remember you can add your commission in if you haven't done it yet. This is just going through all of the information. It's going to ask you to say that you have reviewed and agreed. Create booking and issue a voucher now basically means that they're going to pay now. Create booking and voucher later is what you're going to do if they're going to pay later. And you would just click on that. Let's see what else. Thing I want to do here. Right. Let's just take a look at create booking and issue voucher now. This is where you have to pay for it. It's just going through the details again. Are you sure you want to confirm your booking? Yes. So at this point, you have to pay. Available limit. This is for people that have corporate accounts with them, so that doesn't apply to us. TBO wallet, I'll get into that in a little bit, but basically you're either going to go here, pay by agent card, or pay by customer card. So if you have like a company card for your agency that you want to use, I know, say probably most of us don't. Most of us would be doing this, pay by customer card. You can also email Jeff if you want to have a link and send the link to the client so they can pay themselves rather than you getting their customer information and credit card and putting it in. So you can ask Jeff to send you a link. He can send you a link that you can forward to your clients. Otherwise, you just click here and pay by customer card.
How do we get that link?
How do you get what link?
The link to send to the client instead of us, collecting the payment and doing it.
You have to email our rep, Jeff, and I gave you his contact info on one of the docs. So
Yes,
just email him and you just say, hey, Jeff, can you send me a payment link give them the dollar amount, and he'll send it to you. I don't think he needs any other information than that. But if he does, he'll respond and say, oh, give me this info, and then I'll send it over. So you just have to email him. Now, when you are here, you can sort these by recommended, by price, by star, by favorites. Here, the little heart will favorite things. So anytime I do a search in the Baltimore area, this is going to show up on top because I made it one of my favorites. If I want to email some of these properties to my client, you just click on shortlist. So look over here, see there's just so you can see what's going on there. And once I click shortlist, and then it changes. Now it says email shortlisted hotels. I only have one, so there's a number 1. Click on a second one, turns to number 2. Click on that, now you see it's 3. And then you come in here, you would put the email address where you want to send it. I always send it to myself first to make sure everything looks fine. Here you have the little pen, so you can edit hotel options. You can edit this little paragraph, and then you can hit send. And it does say at the bottom, which is nice, price shown is subject to change, and well, at the time of booking, I think it should say until the time of booking. But so that does have that little note that we always tell people that the price is not good until they have actually booked it. Let's see if there's anything else I want to go over here. Oh, okay. So it automatically comes up as a list view. Come over here and click show hotels on map. This I really like because if you know someone's going there for a certain reason that they need to be next to, say they're going for a concert, or you know where they're going and what they want to be near, you can see on the map here where the different places are located. So like Google, it shows you restaurants. These little things, they look like a hamburger to me when they're so little, but these are the properties. You can click on those to see more. And then this little guy, you can drag him down and plop him on the street. And now you have a street view, which you could get if you went out and went to Google Maps. But here it does it for you. You don't have to actually leave here and go to Google Maps, and you can scroll around and see what's going on in front of these different hotels that you might like. I was scrolled out pretty far, so I don't think I actually got myself in front of the hotel there. Hide hotels on map. You can put in a property name if you're looking for a specific property. You can put in a location, and then it doesn't have many other filters over here, but it's got a couple. And then you can choose the stars, budget, hotel, motel, bed and breakfast, by the ocean, in Baltimore, Brooklyn, in Baltimore, Fells Point. Oh, they give you lots of options over here for near certain things. So that's pretty cool. And that varies by location. If I'm in a different location, I'm going to see a different number of things. Baltimore happens to have a ton of things going on, so there's lots of locations there. Do you know if there are any vacation rentals available here or just hotels? So I don't know if these are vacation rentals, but I was just helping an agent. She was searching for something in Geneva. Let's see if I can find it today. And her clients wanted something that had a kitchen. Let's leave the dates the same. It doesn't really matter. So over here, over in Europe, they have these things called apart hotels. Of course, it's not working. Let's go out farther on the dates here. Okay. So yesterday when I was in here, I was able to search, maybe I spelled it wrong, apart. Oh, there we go, apart hotel. So these start coming up. And then I also, I think, just put in apartment. And yeah, the ones that I saw yesterday aren't coming up. There were some that literally looked like it was a room in someone's house. This one looks like it's more of a hotel. So I did see 2 yesterday when I was looking. So you can look in here, but I wouldn't say that it's going to be predominantly what you find. If you find any, it's going to be very, very small amount. All right. Just checking here to see if there's anything else I want to go over. Okay, so that's pretty much it for your hotels tab. Packages, I don't know if this is something they're getting rid of, but Jeff, our rep, told me he doesn't recommend using that. But you can certainly come in here and play around. I really don't know what's in here. I haven't had time to play around with it. Brazil. But he said basically you should just go ahead and make up your own package by adding in the hotel, the transfers, any activities. You can basically just create your own package. Close all these things. Sightseeing. So this basically is your activities and excursions. Let's just do Punta Cana. Pick a date. Search. So basically, they are contracted with Viator. So the things that you see here are going to be pretty much the same things that you see in Viator. On Viator, you only get 10% commission. So here, you can mark it up more than that. According to Jeff, don't know if this is accurate or true because I haven't, checked all these numbers, but he said they are contracted with the Viator and they get 30% discount off of Viator prices. So that should give you some good wiggle room to add more than a 10% commission in, which is what you get with Viator. The other thing he told me, which is not working, and I told him this yesterday, is if you go to Viator, let's see if it works today. It probably won't. Put in Punta Cana snorkeling. I don't know why I'm having these issues today. Like nothing is happening for me. Enter. There we go. So he said, and I tried this yesterday and it didn't work. So he did put in some tech report. So hopefully they'll get it fixed. That you should be able to come in here, highlight the name of the exact trip, copy, and then go into here, paste it, hit enter, and it should pop up. Yeah, so it literally just brings me back to the same thing. So that is how it's supposed to work. Again, that's one of the things that is not working completely accurately the way it should. and hopefully they'll get that fixed. But you can see it does give you quite a lot of things there. You can always just have your Viator page open and just go back and forth with the two and check the prices, make sure that it is less money, and then you'll see how much room you have to play with for your markup. You see here, these tabs are very different than the main page, so I don't click on those. I always go back to the main page and go with my main search bar here. That was sightseeing, car rental. Basically, it's just your typical car rental thing. One thing I noticed on here that I like is that you can have a different drop-off location. You can't always do that through some of our booking portals. TBO Academy, they have classes in here that you can learn about different things, similar to some other training sites that I've seen. So they have destinations, here, business courses, destinations, hotels, experiences, and you can click on any of this stuff, view more, and see everything that they have. And these are just classes that you usually take about an hour to read through all the info, answer a little question at the end, and then you'll get a certificate. That's TBO Academy. All right, it's not letting me go back. Let's just come over here again. The TBO Help Center is really just like putting in a request if you have an issue. I personally, any issue I have, I just call Jeff and he takes care of it for me. But here you can see you just fill in the different information for a request for service. Now this I really like. And I'll tell you why. Let's say we have, let's do again, Punta Cana. Drop off. So we'll just say, pick a name of a resort. Make all this stuff up again. That was October 11th, 16th. So it does fill in the return stuff for you. You don't have to go back and do that. You do have to put in times here, hours and minutes. Again, I'm just making all this up. So passengers, let's put 1 passenger and search. Jeff said every once in a while you'll come across one that doesn't have this little gold emblem. He doesn't recommend you use those. Go with the ones that are gold, have gold emblems. So this is $72 for a business van that will hold 8 people. So as a single traveler for $72, you could get this whole van. For those of you who book transfers on Viator, RoomRes, I think any of them, you're charged per person. So let's say we have 8 people. So 1 person was $72 for that van. Eight people is $72 for that van. So I had booked transfers for people, I think using Viator last month, and their transfer was a couple $100 because there was 5 or 6 people in there. You literally could book this and put $100 markup on it and still be cheaper than Viator, Vax, and all those other places that are charging you per person. I don't know if this is a mistake and they're going to change it, but right now, I'm telling you, book all your transfers here because you can make a lot of money. That $200 and some transfer I booked, I made like 20 bucks on. You can make so much more money here with your transfers. Use this for all your transfers. So one thing he did say, you know, out of the country, these transfers are great, but if you're in the US or Canada, Ubering is going to be cheaper. So if you have most clients just want to save money, then just tell them to get an Uber. But if they really want you to book a transfer for them, definitely come in here. But he did say it's not going to be a good value if you come in here to book a transfer in the US or Canada. They're much better off just doing an Uber. See if I can get back to the main page. No. All right. So I wish all of their tabs would open in a new window because I find this a lot. I can't get back to the main page. I just end up entering it in again. So that was transfers. Queues are basically your bookings, and this is all just technical stuff. So that's really it. That's just an overview of how the site works, all the different tabs. I do think they have good prices from the few that I have checked, but I always double check every price before I give it to a client to see what they're going to see when they go online to search for it and make sure I'm comparable. You guys have any questions? Trying to find my little toolbar here. Oh, share. Okay, cool. All right. And then there's my chat box again. Questions? No? Do you guys like it? I like it. I think it's pretty cool. So like I said, always double check prices. Room res. I know a lot of agents love room res, but I feel like every time I double check their prices, I can find it for less money online somewhere. So the few that I have checked here, I am finding it less money on here. But then don't forget, there is no markup on it. So see what the price difference is between what you see online, what you're seeing here, and that is your margin to play with to add in your markup. All right.
How long does it take for,
Good.
how long does it take to get approved?
It does take about a week if you are in a hurry. Like if you're like, oh, I could use this for someone today or tomorrow. I gave you Jeff's contact number. Just reach out to him, send him an email, say, hey, you know, Leanne told me to reach out to you. I did fill out the form, but can you speed it up? I have someone I want to book ASAP. He might be able to book it for you and then apply it to your account, or he might just be able to speed up the process to get you registered. But he's awesome. I reach out to him all the time and he always gets back to me. Does anyone need me to put links back into the chat box in case you missed them? No? Okay. Okay, everyone. That's it for today. I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.